right, ladies, let's cross and shake hands as you go to your benches. 2 minutes of game time.
Yeah! Yes, sir. Going down! Y'all know what time it is. Lil John! 3-6, yeah! What the world been waiting on, man? It's going down. We don't know how we come. We're ready. Who's got me loose? Yo, no control. Money in my pocket and all up in this whole life. Ooh, I'm out of here. Ooh, I'm about to act a fool, yeah. Who's got me loose? Yo, no control. Money in my pocket and all up in this whole life. Ooh, I'm out of here. Ooh, I'm about to act a fool. I'm drunk tonight. Just got paid. Pocket full of money. Oh yeah, I'm that ball till I fall. One drink till I take one and I'm a black card. I got money in the bank. Patrol on the train. Yeah, cocaine, loose. Cold drink, but you won't. Y'all get loose. Like a fool till they cut their lights on. Everything they going home till all the liquor gone. I just don't give a fool. Standing on the table with the weed bottle. Drinking out the bottle. Motherfucker, look. I'm pouring it out. Lean back, open up. Fucking get it. This shit changed. Then I'm the king. This is my game. Party like a rock star. Cold like a porn star. I don't give a damn. Run the whole bar. Get drunk ass mother. Hey, throw your hood up. Get drunk ass mother. Hey, throw your hood up. Get drunk ass mother. Hey, hold your drinks up. Get drunk ass mother. Hey, hold your drinks up. Lean back ass mother. Hey, turn your bottle up. Lean back ass mother. Hey, turn your bottle up. Don't stack straight. Hey, right. Don't stack straight. Hey, right. What you want tonight? I got my money looking right, but I ain't trying to fight. But if a sucker touch me, best believe it's on. King crack, fucking dome with a bottle control. Right here, right now, right fast in a hurry. Hit the sucker so hot, I made this bitch and get blurry. I'm too clean for this, I'm too clean for this. Figure hear what happened, so I'm from my team for this. Hell, I'm the realest player, trap star, set the biggest drink. I'm the realest player, rap bar, smoke purplish. Step up in the club, I got love, casa, facial girl between my legs, do me up like a licorice. 25 stacks at the bar, ice on my wrist. Step up to this pivot, get your braided hair and wig slick. Back off in my shit.
Our officials in this one from Australia, Daniel Flav, and from the United States, Haas Ortega. Australia getting loose here after an extended introduction. They'll wear the green and gold caps, as you might expect, and for Team USA, they'll go with the white caps. Brenda obviously retired 2012. You're recently married. Congratulations. Doing some great things, growing the game of water polo. I think some folks know what you're up to, but for those that haven't, tell us a little bit about what you've been working on as of late in the world of water polo.
You know, water polo is in my blood. I can't stay away. So currently, I've started a program in East Menlo Park, and my mission is to kind of model it after the City of Commerce, the program that I grew up in, which sponsors all athletic sports. I want to help our sport become more diverse by giving opportunities to those that don't have access to aquatics. So I'm starting water polo at the youngest levels to help it grow.
Excellent stuff, and you've also been doing some coaching as well at the high school level, so keeping your hands in all levels of the game. So we're just about set here. Late arriving crowd, very Los Angeles-esque, but this is Los Alamitos. We'll take it.
It's like the Laker games, right?
Exactly.
Really
We're just waiting
late.
for Jack Nicholson to roll in here and sit poolside. opening sprint, and this one tipped out of play. It'll be off Australia, and Team USA will control as we get things going in the first quarter with Maggie Steffens, KK Clark, Kylie Neuschel, Maddie Musselman. We told you, of course, Ashley Johnson in the goal, Ashley Grossman at 2 meters, and Courtney Mathewson. So for head coach Adam Krikorian, he can really tweak those lineups, try some different combinations. As we saw Craig start last night, they go into Grossman, knocked away, and the athletes, Brenda, they've talked about it. You know full well, Australia, just a physical team.
Oh yes, I was watching the game yesterday, and I couldn't imagine being in there. But both teams train really hard and physical press. They counter. They're fast. They're strong.
Couple of ordinaries. They go inside. Lincoln Smith working towards the goal. She'll deal it back out. Here's Rowie Webster, a sharpshooter for the Aussies. Shot clock to 13. Entry inside the backhand. That'll sail high at the goal. Johnson watches it whiz by her head, and Team USA will take over on offense.
Working that counter early.
And then it's snuffed out on the contra foul. It's always so deflating. You feel like you get the good outlet, and then it turns right over. Here's Webster now. She swam right past it. And now she's able to pick up on it. Steffens defending, ball working near side. Getting a good look here high above the Joint Forces Training Base pool, Los Alamitos. And on the perimeter now, it's Hannah Buckling. She'll work at far side. Shot clock under 10 for Australia. Early goings here. First quarter, we're scoreless. Johnson way out of the goal. Now dangerous pass back to Johnson, and she's able to get that away from Ash Southern. And Team USA will control. And we see Johnson taking a look. Long outlet pass. She'll set things up here to Maggie Steffens. And now KK Clark from the outside. Save made there. And that's Lillian Hedges ranging over to come up with that stop. And we stay scoreless here. 6:19 to play in the first.
Both teams are just so excited, I think, after yesterday's game. No one wants to settle down. Everyone wants to just counter, counter, counter. I think the first team to settle into a good rhythm is going to get the first goal here.
It's funny because it seems like that happens often, but I bet for the players it's still a tough thing to recognize when you're just so anxious and so excited.
It's the adrenaline. You're just going for it.
An exclusion there against the United States. That'll go on Kylie Neuschel. An ordinary there on the perimeter as Neuschel heads off. 6-on-5 here for Australia. Webster, she'll give it a look. Variety of fakes, swings near side Southern. That's closed off by KK Clark. Webster again, a dangerous shooter. Southern perhaps more dangerous. She's field blocked out of play, and Southern, one of the longer players you'll see in the pool, but Steffens and Clark coming over to snuff that out.
Great patience by Clark there, especially being patient with such a shooter like Southern.
And you know the size on Southern. Clark, one of the few that can match up with her height-wise. Here's Fatal. Mathewson guarded there on the perimeter. That's Bronte Halligan. Mathewson pulls it back out. And she'll swing it around to Fatal here. Shot clock to 5. They've got to go. Steffens, entry pass kind of dies on the water. Ordinary call. 2 on the shot clock. 5:13 to play. First quarter. Steffens at the horn. Save Hedges. And Australia will have it back. So still getting things going here in the first. 5:06 to play. Opening quarter. We're scoreless. USA and Australia. What are you seeing here defensively from Team USA to start?
You know, they have a great team defense. Australia's so physical. Everyone's trying to counter. They're covering for each other and making sure that everything's covered before they go out. They're doing a pretty good job on their centers right now. Australia has dominant centers just like us.
Entry inside. Johnson out. She comes up with the save. And I'm sure we'll talk about her more, but Ashley Johnson, someone that you didn't really get a chance to play with, but when you watch her, what kind of jumps out to you about the way she plays the game?
She's fearless. I mean, she has this quiet confidence about her, and she hasn't been playing very long, but she is in there making big saves.
An exclusion here against Gophers of Australia. That's Musselman posting up inside. And a 6-on-5 here for Team USA. And nothing doing on that possession, so both teams now 0 for 1 on the 6-on-5 opportunities to start with 4:11 to go in the first.
The look was there, just execution on that pass. A little off.
And an exclusion called. So goes against Ashley Grossman, so another 6-on-5. Grossman thought she was the one being fouled, but not the case. Official gave her a shrug of the shoulders. Southern now takes a look. Inside Johnson out of nowhere to two-hand swat that down. Those are just some of the kind of random athletic plays that she pulls off that you don't see a lot of goalkeepers do.
And I think it adds a great element to Team USA. It gives them more on defense, more for teams to fear.
On the other end, Steffens. Craig from the outside. Cammie Craig connecting. You don't see her operate from the perimeter often. I'm sure she'll remember that one. She puts it away for a 1-0 lead.
You know, and that's the great thing about Cammie. She's not afraid to shoot, but she's a center, so she's always has like 3 or 4 people on her. But if I had to pick a shootout team, I would put her on it. That girl can shoot the ball.
That's one of those things that probably you would see in practice that you don't see in games, right?
Exactly. I know she can shoot because of practice.
I feel like you see that you go to like an NBA shoot around or a practice, and the guys who are the center suddenly step out and start raining threes. It's just not their job, their responsibility, but they can do it.
Maybe not Shaq, but
yeah. Shaq, no, Shaq will be the first to tell you that's not his area. USA strikes first. Cammie Craig from distance, 3:08 to play in the first quarter here in Los Alamitos. Entry pass inside. That's Cody Hill in there defending, a relative newcomer to Team USA. And Kelly Gilchrist comes on as after the goal, Adam Krikorian went heavy to his bench. In transition, an exclusion here against Australia that will go against Gemma Beadsworth. And she will go out, and a power play here for the United States. And then a timeout called by head coach Adam Krikorian. And relatively new rules here in the last couple of years. 1 timeout per quarter, use it or lose it. We talk about this every game just to get different perspectives. How do you feel about such a rule?
You know, I like it. I think I grew up in an era where it was almost, if you call the first time out, you're showing weakness. But I think it's strategic, and I think why not? I think our sport is a short, impactful sport, so it's not going to add that much time to it anyways, and it shows viewers the tactical part of the game, which is really important, especially 6-on-5, 5-on-6.
So you get a good look here at Adam Krikorian in a timeout. Team USA draws an exclusion. He calls a timeout. In a huddle like this, what's going on?
He's making maybe some substitutions. He's telling us what he wants us to run. He's probably reminding us of some of the Australian tendencies. Most teams play certain defenses and have tendencies, so he's just giving us the look out for A, B, and C. These 3 things will probably be open, but it's really up to the girls to read it out.
So it's more of a kind of a primer, refresher type thing, as opposed to saying you're going to go to here, you're going to go to the other spot, more just kind of remembering some tactics.
Yes, remembering, because the girls all have positions that they know they need to go to.
Out of the break, 6-on-5 opportunity. Here's Steffens. Gilchrist now. Fatal popped open free, nothing there. Steffens gives a look. Now Gilchrist trying to work that near side post to Fatal. Here's Aria Fisher, and now Musselman. Gilchrist deflected, dangerous pass, and rising up out of the pool there for the Aussies. That was Keisha Gophers. Takes that one away, and Team USA, despite being ahead 1-0, 0 for 2 on the 6-on-5. Other end now. Ordinary for Australia. They'll pull it back out. Wearing the green and gold, nicknamed the Stingers. Team USA is still working on their catchy nickname. I think Team USA might be the one.
Oh yes, we don't need one. We go with maybe Stars and Stripes.
There you go. 1-0. Shot clock about to expire. And the shot clock violation forced. Good defense there. Mackenzie Fisher and Cammie Craig coming over. And now Johnson will take a look and set things up going into the offensive end.
Oh, if they can get it in there, Cammie might have a good transition.
So here's Gilchrist. 1:37 to play. Fisher takes a look. Shot clock to 8. Fisher from the outside off the post. Rebound controlled by Hedges.
I think she was just too open. I don't think she realized how open she was, and you're almost in shock, but I'm glad she stepped up to take that shot because it was definitely hers.
Fisher has slid into more of a defensive role on this team, but certainly someone that can score the ball. Look inside, trouble, but Johnson is there to erase that as Australia went to Bronwyn Knox, the veteran.
A little miscommunication, but Ashley has their back.
1:08 to go. First quarter. 1-0 United States. Australia with a new possession after the tip out. They'll go back inside. The turn, the deal out near side. This is Beadsworth. Couple of fakes, nothing home. And she'll go back out to the perimeter. Here's Southern. Shot clock to 15. We're under a minute to play in the first. Skip shot sails wide on the attempt from Gophers. And Team USA will control with 48 seconds and counting to go in the first quarter. Long outlet pass. Here's Musselman in transition. They've got Fatal available. She's open. Cruising in. Puts it away. Nobody home on Rachel Fatal. She has another from 3 last night, and Team USA ahead 2-0. Looked like a misassignment there on the counter.
Well, I think there was so much effort on the Australian part on offense that they forget, I think, sometimes how fast some of these USA team members are. So
Sure.
Musselman and Fatal were out there and were able to execute.
.31 seconds left. First quarter winding to a close. Australia working out of that far corner in front of the Team USA bench. Now they'll push it back, top of the perimeter. Shot clock to 10. Now they go inside backhand, but Credit Fisher defensively slowed that down quite a bit before Johnson pulled it in. Great look here at the counter.
We're up. It's
Fisher from the outside, off the bar, rebound to Australia. Knox at the horn, and Johnson lets that one fly wide to the right. I thought the clock would have expired there. Now it does. So we've come to the end of one quarter here in Los Alamitos. Team USA off to the good start. Rachel Fatal, Cammie Craig have done the damage, and it's a 2-0 lead. We'll take a timeout and return with the start of the second. Stay with us here on USA Water Polo TV. World League Super Final, World Cup, the list goes on and on. If there's a tournament, they've won it over the last 4 years, alongside a woman who had a large part in that, Brenda Villa. Greg Meskel here with you, poolside. Brenda, you got a chance to just be in the stands and see some of the excellence that Team USA had this summer, Pan American Games and then World Championships, watching from afar. And as an alum, what does it mean to you when you see that the tradition is living on and doing quite well.
I am so impressed with this team, with Adam and what he's been able to do as an alum. You're just excited about what the future holds. You're excited to see the qualification tournament. You're crossing your fingers for Rio and hoping to see the excellence you already see in the water kind of play through. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed, sending them good thoughts because we're all impressed with them.
And some great rising talent. We talked about Ashley Johnson a little bit. How about someone like Rachel Fatal, who I know trained with your team in 2012, and the lead up would come after high school and spend some afternoons here, but now has become one of the most dangerous scorers in the world.
I feel like I've known Rachel since she was 12, and that's probably true. She trained here, she was on the swim team here, so I really have seen her growing up, and she is amazing to watch. I think she's maturing, I think she's developing, and I think there's still a ways for her to get better. So I can't even imagine her even 6 months from now or
Sure.
2 months from now.
Yeah, I think she surprised herself with that MVP performance over the Summer World Championships. Opening sprint controlled by Team USA as we're underway here in the second quarter. A 2-0 lead for the United States.
Cami has great position. I hope they can get her the ball in quickly. It's one of those things where there's a quick opening and in water polo it disappears.
Dangerous pass there and tipped away. Good defense. Southern's arms seem to just come out of nowhere sometimes.
They do. They're so long. They do. And her hands are so big she can just grip the ball. I remember the first time I saw her play.
Skip shot try there. Rattles off the bar. Johnson controls it. Johnson.
Quick transition, I hope. Cami's just working. She's working in there.
The unsung heroes, those 2-meter people, they don't always get the ball, but they're battling, it seems to be 24/7. Here's Fisher, now Fatal. Australians double team Craig, content to let someone else shoot it. Shot clock to 6, Fatal will give it a go. That bounds far off the bar. Rebound comes to Southern, and Australia will take control. We're under about a minute, 10 seconds gone by here in the second quarter, a 2-0 lead for Team USA.
And it's a tribute to her great center play. The Australians have to be in a deep, deep zone giving up those shots because Cami can really do some damage in there.
Can't be trusted for single coverage. On the other end now, Australia moving in. Here's Webster. She takes a look. That attempt is field blocked, and Johnson's on the scene. The United States will control. 6:19 to play here in the second quarter. And Australia scoreless. A byproduct of all USA defense, or do you feel like they've struggled to get themselves organized offensively?
I think the U.S. team is making them struggle a little bit. They haven't really found their rhythm. They have been unfortunate. Southern has hit a couple bars, but we've also come up with some great shot blocks.
Takeaway there from Australia. This is an area where the Aussies have excelled. They have forced a couple of perimeter passing turnovers, which you don't see very often from the United States, as now Australia moves into the attacking end. Here's Halligan cruising in, puts on the brakes, knocked down there by Cody Hill on the perimeter. Gophers takes a look. To 7 on the shot clock. Outside try, that's wide of the cage. And the ball into Ashley Johnson. With 5:32 to go in the first half, 2-0 United States leads. Long outlet pass, here's Fisher. Fisher goes cross cage off the bar. And now Coach McFadden, quick to his feet. He wants a long counter pass, but who's there? Ashley Johnson. Lincoln Smith had her defender beat, but it had to be a perfect pass.
It did have to be, but that all starts with maybe a little rush shot for Team USA, them not being covered on the counterattack, and then Australia being rushed to make that pass. But Ashley is just so athletic. She'll get out there quickly and make those steals.
Here's Aria Fisher to Mackenzie Fisher's sisters, as you might have imagined, Cody Hill. Her sister Sammy, the backup keeper tonight. Kelly Gilchrist, as the shot clock was winding down wide of the goal left. And Australia again looking to counter this one. A better pass in transition. Trouble. Aussies on the move. Double team comes. And nothing there. But weak side's wide open. Off the bar again. Another off the crossbar for Australia. They can't buy a goal right now. And Team USA will call for time. And Adam Krikorian frustrated because while that wasn't a goal, it should have been.
That was a great read by Australia. They were just unlucky with the crossbar. A little breakdown on the counter defense for Team USA, but for the most part, they're doing a great job. Australia's countering. We're covering it up. They can't get a flow into the front court offense.
You get these opportunities, these good looks, and you're hitting all these bars. Where does that come into your mental psyche? Are you thinking, I'm going to hit a bar again? How do you handle those moments?
As a shooter, you start thinking about maybe other shots. So if the bar's been coming into place, can you shoot a low shot? Can you maybe throw up a lob? Can you maybe look to set up a teammate? So I know when I'm struggling in there, I try to see if there's any teammate that's been hot and you want to feed them the ball. So you want to make sure you really set them up. But I think as a shooter, switch up your shot. There's different shots that you can take.
Shoot or shoot, right? You have to just keep putting it on the goal. Eventually it'll fall. Nice crowd still filing in here in Los Alamitos. Great crowd last night. Tough to find an empty seat down in La Jolla. And looking forward to seeing everyone this Friday in Goleta, Dos Pueblos High School. Lots of Santa Barbara natives excited to go home and compete for the United States. Here's Steffens on the perimeter. Swings to Courtney Matthewson. She's tangled up. 4:09 to go, second quarter. Mathewson turning inside, and an exclusion called. This will go against Australia. 6-on-5 for Team USA. The exclusion there goes against Arancini.
Great post up by Maggie there.
Team USA has struggled on the 6-on-5 thus far. Here's Musselman. Firing passes around the perimeter. Sides come even. 6-on-5 is over, but Team USA delivers regardless. Maggie Steffens is on the board as she puts one home, and it's a 3-0 lead. Fantastic start here for the United States in the first half.
That was a great patient offense. They worked the ball around. There was a late post up, got in, they got rewarded. They executed on 6-on-5. It's important for Team USA to execute on that lefty side because we don't have very many lefties.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Without a left-hander, you got to have someone over that's willing to do it with the right hand. Australia now giving a look. Shot clock to 2, and Ashley Johnson is there to make the stop. Under 3 minutes to play, first half. Steffens goes inside to KK Clark, who's mixing it up. And they call an offensive, so lots of whitewater there, but KK Clark the guilty party.
That's another asset though for Team USA. She went from defending to then going to set. So if you're gonna post up on her, you have to be able to defend her as well.
From the outside, here's Jade Appel. She's giving a few fakes. Well known from the women's college game. Played for USC. From the outside, that's saved by Johnson. And Team USA will have it back, and not your typical USA-Australia game right now. Just a real dominant performance here from the United States, both offensively and defensively.
And it's low scoring. I feel like with the USA-Australia series, there's usually lots of goals. Both teams counter so hard and are so physical, get a lot of ejections, get a lot of 6-on-5, so that usually leads to a high-scoring game.
Musselman there, halted by Hedges, and we go down the other end. Isabel Bishop, a relative newcomer to this squad, given the veterans that have played for the last several years. From the outside, another off the post. It's got to be the fourth shot that has banged off the post for Australia.
And you wonder if it's Ashley Johnson in there that's making them think I need a perfect corner to get by her, or if they're just a little off today. But I think her presence in there does affect shooters.
You definitely see it, not just here, but in the college game as well. She is an intimidating factor. People think they've got to make a better shot against her than the average goalie, and it plays a factor for sure. Shot clock to 3. That's a Musselman going inside. Too much bounce on the pass, trying to go inside for Maggie Steffens, and Australia will call for time with 1:14 to go in the first half, 3-0. USA ahead of Australia. I want to remind you, upcoming action will be up in Goleta, California on Friday, 2 p.m. start. Dos Pueblos High School. You can watch it right here on USA Water Polo TV, or if you're in the area, $10 admission at the gate. And then December 15th through the 20th, the Holiday Cup at Corona del Mar High School. Italy, Netherlands, Spain, Team USA. 6 days of great water polo action. So an opportunity to see Team USA quite a bit over the next month and a half. Tickets on sale now at usawaterpolo.org.
I'm sure Australia is going to run some sort of pick here, a couple picks. So it'll be interesting to see who they end up going to. They have Gemma Beesworth in there, Holly Lumpkin-Smith, Ash Southern, Bronwyn. So we'll see which one of those four goes in to center forward.
You were on a team that was full of veterans. You had played together with the same women over a number of years. That's kind of what Australia has built here now. It's got to really lend itself to situations like this, 6-on-5s, end of quarter plays, where you just know where people are going to be.
Exactly. I mean, that experience is hard to replace, and I think that's going to be one of Australia's strengths going forward, is having so many veterans on the team that have gone through big games.
1:08 to play here in the first half. At halftime, we're planning to talk with 2012 Olympic gold medalist Melissa Seidemann, so stay with us for that. In the meantime, Australia on the opportunity here out of the timeout. Southern drops the pass, shot clock to 5 from the perimeter, and Beadsworth is able to fire that on net, but Johnson is there for the save. And now a long outlet here on the counter. Here's Neuschel. Neuschel pushing ahead. Ordinary called there. Hedges calling for a foul. She gets one. 36 seconds left. And a contra foul. Team USA turns it over. And Australia will have it back. And they'll go back to the keeper.
Unlucky break, but good call.
And now on the counter, here's Southern out ahead of the field. She's moving in, double team there, and too aggressive there on the ordinary. Mathewson goes up and over Southern, and she is sent off. And the second power play chance of the evening for Australia. Can they get on the board? They can. Ash Southern delivers with her and Australia's first goal of the night. Brendan, as you might expect, Australia just too good of an offensive team to be blanked for much longer.
They executed, I mean, Southern on the lefty side, she's there, she's really close to the goal, right? At that point, you probably want to knock her down, but it all comes from that offensive quick transition. They got their clean look at the goal.
Second look here as Southern is going to walk this one in and goes past defender and Johnson near side. Just about out of time here, first half. 6 seconds left, shot clock is off. Here's Fisher. She'll fire fading away, and the block there by Hedges. She'll let one go, and Johnson just one hand knocks it down, and we come to the end of the first half. And Team USA ahead here 3-1, thanks to goals from Rachel Fatal, Maggie Steffens, and Cammie Craig. We will take a timeout and return you here to the pool in Los Alamitos. Stay with us on USA Water Polo TV.
So, you've got your hard-earned money, but you're not sure where to put it. Well, one of the best things that you can do is put it into a credit union. Credit unions are like banks, only better. They offer higher rates of return, lower fees, and are safe and secure. And because they're not for profit, they're all about putting the people first. With credit unions, you're not just another face in the crowd, you're a member. And credit unions are member-owned and member-operated. Take control of your finances. Visit or contact Sea Air Federal Credit Union to find out all of the great reasons why you should join.
You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org. we're plugging videos. A new episode of the Counterattack up tomorrow. That is Brenda Villa's favorite program.
You know it is, Greg. Anything about water polo is my favorite.
You're in. Opening sprint here as we're getting set for the start of the third. Maddie Musselman to go for Team USA and Keisha Gophers for Australia. Nice thing the last couple of games here. Last night it was a 10U club game, and tonight 14 and under club water polo. So a chance for some of these younger athletes to get to play in the same pool as some of their Olympic heroes. So the opening sprint is controlled by Team USA. They've switched ends. USA in the white and Australia green and gold. And it's KK Clark to start things off. Emma Beadsworth. The battle there on the perimeter. Here's Nuschel. Ordinary called as they work it around the perimeter. Here's Stephens. Long cross pass to Clark. Shot clock about to expire, and it does. And Beadsworth will take control and they look to counter in a hurry. They've got an advantage for the moment. Looking to push ahead. Here's Arancini. Working Johnson out, and Australia has it. So Johnson rolls the dice, comes out of the goal. This time it doesn't pay off as Zoe Arancini draws the Aussies to within one.
I would take it back to that offensive possession. There was drives going on with like 5 seconds under the shot clock. That's always a little risky, and I think that risk on our part kind of rewarded the Australians. I think we're very aggressive, but I think sometimes we can just maybe not push it too far.
So Team USA went up in this one 3-0. They've seen Australia come back with 2 straight. They're making a 1-goal game. Low scoring affair here as we get going in the third, about a minute gone by. This is Kylie Nuschel on the perimeter, was looking for Clark, near post, not there. Aggressive foul on the perimeter, shot clock to 4. Stephens will give it a look and put it away. Maggie Stephens, after the ordinary, from just beyond 5 meters, skips it home, and Team USA extends back to a 2-goal lead. You saw Stephens as your teammate, obviously, in the 2012 Olympics. You know what she did there. I think we all do. But what have you seen from her maturation-wise in the last 3 years?
What I've noticed the most is just her leadership, and her defensive skills just keep getting better and better. I think teams are going to go after her. Teams are going to make sure she's playing defense and offense, and she's stepping up to that. She's making sure she keeps improving on defense and helping her teammates. So I'm impressed with her, and she's only going to keep getting better.
Shot clock to 5, and a big battle, and KK Clark will get excluded. And the power play here for Australia. Clark really tangled up with Beadsworth there. They're going after each other. Here's Southern. Ash Southern. Around the perimeter they work. It's some creative passing and a goal for Australia. Rowie Webster, another one of the potent scorers in this Australia team. And that makes it a 4-3 game, a 1-goal difference once more.
Great awareness by that post player from Australia to stay pass, and that was just enough to not have Team USA back up Ashley.
So Australia has come to life here to start things off. Seeming a bit more aggressive in the third quarter.
And we're not surprised. We knew that they were going to get on the scoreboard and bring it up a notch.
Anytime you have one of these high-quality teams, the adjustments that they can make in a 5 or 10 minute halftime always seem to really show themselves early in the third.
And both of these coaches have deep benches. They mix up the matchup. They figure it out.
That's an exclusion on Southern. She goes off, and a 6-on-5 here for Team USA. Nuschel. Mathewson. Shot clock to 14. Musselman takes a look. Nuschel off the post. Rebound Stephens. Sides come even. Neutral can't hang on, and Australia takes it away. Webster is there.
It seemed like Team USA was not on the same page on that 6-on-5. I think the rotations were a little off, and you could tell. So hopefully they'll get that sorted.
Here's McGee. They go inside, and a penalty called as Johnson was coming out to grab it. This penalty is going to go against Mackenzie Fisher.
Lincoln Smith doing a great job holding position and pinning Mackenzie Fisher on the top side. That's a tough day in the offense.
And Lincoln Smith for Australia, that was once the up-and-comer, and it seemed like Beadsworth was the dominant center. Now they've reversed a bit as Lincoln Smith has become a big presence there at 2 meters. It'll be Bronwyn Knox to try and tie things up here with 5:02 to go in the third quarter. And she puts it away. We're all even at 4. Bronwyn Knox connecting for her first. And Australia now taking advantage on the extra player opportunities, whether it's penalty or 6-on-5. Meanwhile, Team USA 0 for 4 on the advantage.
I think at this point, Team USA just needs to settle down a little bit and go back to what was working in the first half. They were being patient. They were controlling the offense. I think they'll be in good shape if they can do that.
Mackenzie Fisher, Cammie Craig, bull rushing Hannah Buckling as they try and create some space at 2 meters. Here's Fatal. Here's Mackenzie Fisher now. Thought about a pass, had it knocked down. Ordinary comes in late.
Maggie's doing a great job releasing. If they can get it to one, they can get it into Cammie.
But instead of turnover, aggressive defense on the perimeter. Australia now starting to get up into these perimeter players for the United States, and it's causing a problem. The Aussies come up with another takeaway.
You wonder what their coach told them at halftime.
Sounds like part of it was, let's step up the intensity here. Buckling from the perimeter, again off the bar. They haven't been able to shake that, even though they've switched ends. But they'll get a new shot clock this time around. 4:04 to play in the third. Entry inside, the turn, and that one just wide of the goal, and out of play. And actually, they'll say now that they got a piece of it. Johnson got a piece of that, and it'll come back in at 2 meters. So initial call there seemed to be going the other way, but the Aussies will take control now and put it in 2 meters. Hannah Buckling. Goes near side, entry inside now. Double team and past Johnson, and for the first time tonight, Australia has gone ahead 5-4. It's Bronwyn Knox, back-to-back goals. First the penalty shot, now the turn to the 2 meters, and the Aussies have gone in front.
And you noticed in those, the Aussies had maybe 3 possessions in a row there, but they did a great job of, Holly Lincoln Smith was in center position first, and then she called in Gemma, or Bronwyn Knox to go in there, so them having multiple centers is really helping them out.
To just touch on multiple centers, we talked about maybe some increased physicality, intensity. What else have you seen from Australia in this third that's allowed them to go in front?
They're countering, they are just, I think it's really their intensity. Because they're still missing some shots, but it's their intensity. They're drawing 6-on-5, they're drawing penalties.
And so an exclusion called, no goal there. And Bronwyn Knox is off for 20 seconds. And a power play here for Team USA and a chance to tie things up. Here's Steffens. Kelly Gilchrist working it there. Neutral gives a look. And a contra foul. And does drive a coach nuts. You get the 6-on-5 and then commit the offensive foul.
But you see them, the smarts that Maggie Steffens has there. She put the ball into set. She saw the momentum swinging. She knew that if she could get the ball into set, they could get an ejection with Cammy working in there. They just need to execute.
Australia now beats within at 2 meters. She tries to turn and fire, and Ashley Johnson able to pull that one down. 2:40 to play, third quarter. Neutral was way ahead of the crowd for Team USA. They couldn't find her. Here's Gilchrist. The surfing champ works the far side.
Team USA needs to be patient there.
Fatal was knocked down, and then a little more there from Halligan, the exclusion. And another 6-on-5 for Team USA, their second straight. Can they get a shot off this time? 2:13 to play, third quarter. Cody Hill. Fatal. Steffens. They pack the cage off the bar. Long rebound. And it bounces onto the deck and out of play. And another power play is off the mark now, 0 for 6. And Australia will have it back ahead 5-4. 2:01 to play. Third quarter. Moving in, couple of fakes, goes inside. Quadruple team as Team USA surrounds the green and gold, and Johnson comes away with it. USA will have a brief advantage here if they hurry, as Beadsworth is trailing to play. Here's Fatal, Steffens. Looking inside, swings to Fatal. Ordinary call. A lot of hard fouls here on the perimeter now as we get towards the end of the third. Here's Craig inside, and she'll turn it over. And Australia will call for time. 1:09 to play in the third, and 5-4 Australia ahead. They've gone ahead thanks to Bronwyn not scoring 2 straight. Brenda certainly feels like things have gotten a bit more physical here. You see just previously there, Cammy Craig, a battle of 2 meters, and just kind of a mutual respect. They just know it's going to be part of the game, and they go their separate ways.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you play hard, but once the whistle blows, you know that it's over, and you guys are just both trying to do the best for your team. I think you could see both teams are getting a little frustrated. It's getting a little more physical. There are a little more ejections being called, and now it's going to be what team could settle down and execute on their 6-on-5 and 5-on-6.
We see Australia head coach Greg McFadden. He's a guy that you're familiar with just from all the games you've played against Australia. You haven't played for him, but from afar, what do you think makes him a good coach?
He's very passionate, and I think that is translated into his players. He's definitely a coach that knows his X's and O's. I've seen Australia run a lot of different plays on offense, on defense, on 6-on-5. So his water polo knowledge is high. So that's someone you respect. And to get a team to play as hard as Australia, you know he's doing a great job.
Australia out of the timeout. Just about a minute left here in the third. Aussies have gone in front, 5-4. Looking inside, trying to get Lincoln Smith. She's got Cody Hill in a wrestling match. Entry inside, they go into Lincoln Smith. And the turn, and Johnson able to do enough to pull it out. And she's able to make the save there, and Lincoln Smith gave Hill a ride down at 2 meters, but Team USA hangs on.
What I've noticed about Cody Hill today, she does a really good job of once the ball comes in, she puts her hands up to contain that defender and allow her teammates to come help her, allow Ashley to come out or Ashley to make that save.
Especially in a case there where she's a bit undersized.
Yes, and not to give not give up that ejection, because I think that's really important.
Entry into Musselman in the takeaway, and now just 18 seconds left as Australia has it back. And making up a good point, I think a lot of times you see an undersized player gets caught a 2-meter defense, and they're like, forget this, exclusion, let's let someone else figure this out. We'll reset with 6-on-5.
Yeah, story of my life, right? Undersized player getting thrown in there.
After foul, Team USA will have it back. Shot clock is off. 7 seconds to play. Here in the quarter. Now 2 seconds. 1. Steffens turns and left of the goal. We've come to the end of 3 quarters in Los Alamitos, and the third belonging to Australia. They rally, go in front 5-4. Bronwyn Knox scoring 2 straight to push the Aussies in front. We will take a timeout and return to Los Alamitos for the 4th. Stay close on USA Water Polo TV. Brenda Villa, the Olympic gold medalist. Greg Meskel here with you. Not a gold medalist, and I've seen a few up close and personal. Occasionally they loan one out to me for about 10 seconds.
You're a gold medalist media person, Greg.
Thank
You
you.
got this.
I appreciate that. Do you ever get tired of hearing that? Gold medal? I mean,
Never,
and
never. I waited too long.
I was going to say, knowing you, the road was a long one. I don't think you'll ever tire of it.
Now I'm obsessed with gold, and everyone's like, Brenda, you need to get over it. I'm like,
Yeah.
never.
All gold everything. It's the hashtag.
Yes.
Maggie Steffens controlling as Team USA starts things off in the 4th. And ordinary, and then a ball under, and Australia has it back. So the Aussies certainly have taken control here in the second half, and not major control. It's still a 5-4 game here, but you feel like they have asserted themselves a little bit better than the United States has.
They have, but I do like that possession of
Whoa,
USA.
talk about nice possessions. Rowie Webster on the one touch inside, and it's a 2-goal lead for Australia, their largest of the evening.
I mean, I like that they come out. They didn't have a clean look, so they didn't force anything, which is what they need to do. They can't panic, but they do need to step up the defense.
So 6-4 in favor of Australia. It was a 1-goal game last night. Team USA rallied. They'll have to rally again here this evening in their home pool. This is where they train day in and day out, upwards of 6 hours a day. So very familiar with this water, but getting to play a game here. Entry inside, neutral, draws the ordinary. She'll regroup. Shot clock to 7 for the United States. About a minute gone by, fourth quarter. Here's Clark. Now Fatal. From the perimeter, that's left and out of play. And Australia will control. Big tangle there. What are you seeing?
I'm seeing a little bit of offensive calls on the, countering to offense, but you can't call all of them. So
Sure.
it's as a strategy. Why wouldn't you do it every single time? See
Just
what
play,
they call.
Just play the odds, right?
Yes.
An exclusion against the United States. Australia back in front. That's neutral being excluded. Australia with a chance here on the power play. Australia patient around the perimeter. They work it. High of the goal, out of play. Sides come even. So Australia unable to convert there on the 6-on-5 and a much needed defensive stop for Team USA. Here's neutral. Clark tries to go over the top, almost identical to that Webster goal a few moments ago. If neutral could have hung on, but a little too much pace on that pass attempt.
That's creative. It's attacking them. I like that. It's a little bit outside of the box. You're not used to seeing Team USA do that, but why not put Australia on their heels?
Here's Knox. Shot clock to 2. Backhand is in. A beauty from Gemma Beadsworth out of 2 meters.
It's great patience for Australia, waiting for the last second to put it in there.
7-4, Australia in front as Beadsworth, another one of the veterans on this Australia squad. And a 3-goal lead, now their largest. And you see the versatility of this Australia team. We saw it last night with multiple goal scorers, and it's why Adam Krikourian thinks they're the most talented team in the world. And now 2 goals for Knox, 2 for Webster, Arancini, Southern, and Beadsworth. .5:13 to play in the fourth quarter as the United States looks to rally. Here's Hill. Cody Hill moving in. Goes to Fisher. Fisher on the move. Working baseline. Pulls it back. Stuffed. Gets it back. Puts it home. Mackenzie Fisher, second effort, is in. Good initial stop there by Hedges, but Fisher does not give up. She scores it.
We'll take that lucky break. It rebounded right back to her, and she was quick enough with the wrist to put it back in. Sometimes you need those lucky breaks.
Able to scoop it up in front. And Australia now just a 2-goal lead, 7-5. Here's Southern. Entry inside. A scramble for it. Shot clock to 10. Aussies keep it alive. Johnson directing traffic. She's not live. That's why she's not taking that shot wide open there near side corner.
That was great help by Aria, just kind of falling back. You never know what Holly Lincoln-Smith could pull out of the center. Great defensive position or possession for Team USA.
And Ashley Johnson vocal there in the goal, really directing that defense in front of her. Chant for USA goes out in the crowd. Here's Mackenzie Fisher. That is skipped high of the goal out of play. We talked about Johnson and kind of that voice from the goal. How much does it help to have a goalie who's vocal and is kind of giving you some thoughts from the cage?
You know, for me as a player, I was always a vocal player, so it would be something different for me. But I mean, I don't think it could hurt. I think the more communication there is, the better. As a field player, I'd hope that she could multitask and communicate and watch the ball. It's a hard thing to do, but
Yeah.
it seems like she's able to do it.
That attempt still blocked. And in transition, some feet in the water, and we'll see an exclusion. Gophers will go out. Team USA with a chance to draw within one. Aria Fisher, Mackenzie Fisher. Dangerous pass back to Aria. She controls, gives off to Fatal. Here's Steffens. Aria Fisher working that baseline, nothing there. Sides coming even. Fatal is off the post and in. Doesn't need the 6-on-5. Scores it anyway. And the United States is back within one at 7-6 with 3:07 to play. A little Brenda Villa right there. Low skip to the corner.
Big time go for Team USA. They needed to execute on 6-on-5, kind of catch their breath. 3 minutes left. Lots of water polo to be played. Catch and shoot. It's a lost art.
Rachel Fatal telling FIDA Magazine, her water polo idol growing up, Brenda Villa. Because you're both under 6 feet tall? No, just because Brenda Villa was the best. Looking up to you in your playing days. And I figured it was going to be that 5'4" to 5'7" club of, bonding. But liked what you did in the water and a little low skip there to match. And now a turnover, and things starting to go the way of the United States. 2:40 to go in the fourth. Can they rally once more? Did it in La Jolla last night. On the comeback trail now here in Los Alamitos. Johnson pushes this one down the pool. This is Kylie Nuschel, and now Maggie Steffens. Ordinary called. Steffens takes a look. And then a takeaway. Roe Webster picks the pocket of Kylie Nuschel. Not sure if she was waiting for a foul that didn't come. And with 2:09 to go, Australia takes over. Team USA now in a press. It's going to leave some one-on-one matchups and aggressive play here. Maggie Steffens excluded and then took a couple of more shots as Bronwyn Knox was making sure she got her money's worth on that drawn exclusion. And now a timeout called by Australia. They're alone here in the fourth, and a pivotal opportunity here as the Aussies, who have been so strong here in the second half, have a chance to really put this one in a solid spot, going up 2 on the 6-on-5.
And this, you train for these situations. You're down by 1, 5-on-6, 2 minutes left in the game. So this is a great experience for Team USA to go through. You have to get a stop, you have to go down there, and you have to still keep working on offense.
And we talked about what you get out of exhibition matches or friendlies, and it's stuff like this, the know-how to execute. When you're down a goal, you need a stop. You have to make it happen. I will bet you all the money in the world this situation is going to come up in the qualification tournament in the Olympics.
I agree, and you can mimic this in practice, but it's not the same. It's never the same. You can go as hard as you can, you could visualize it, you could imagine it, but it's not the same like you going up against Australia in this exact same situation.
Under 2 to play as we resume play out of the timeout. Australia on the advantage. A deliberate start in the power play. Ordinary called. Here's Knox. Now Southern. They play catch on the perimeter. Sides coming even. Shot clock to 6. Near side now. Score it for Australia. And Glencora McGee, she beat Johnson to the near side corner. And Australia goes in front by 2 with 1:30 left. And now the onus is on Team USA to be near perfect to finish this game and perhaps draw.
What an unfortunate end to that play. They were coming even. They should have been pressed. They weren't. Just a quick shot to beat Ashley. But you're right. Now Team USA needs to make the most of the couple possessions they have left in this game.
Look at the clock here, 1:30 remaining, 30-second shot clock. So Team USA in all likelihood will get 2 good possessions here, but they'll have to be stellar on defense as well. Nuschel, here's Steffens. Now Musselman. Nuschel into Craig. The takeaway, and Australia has it. And that should do it here with 1:02 to play in the 4th. As Australia takes control, they can use all of this shot clock, and it'll leave Team USA down 2 with just 1 possession. And now Team USA going to release some players and try and throw off Australia here a bit.
The great thing about this, you see both of these coaches, they're playing this game like there is something at stake, which is great because the players feed off that. And
so Team USA will call for time, 38 seconds left, 30 on the shot clock. So the United States will be looking to go very quick, perhaps to catch and shoot to try and give themselves an opportunity, but the time is not on their side, and you have to credit Australia, Brenda. They came out a much more determined group in that 3rd quarter, and it's guided them all the way home here.
yeah, when you play Australia, you know that they're never going to roll over, so that's something that Team USA should be ready for. I think Australia has just executed a little more on offense. They've been a little more patient. They made the extra pass, and that's why they're up by 2 goals.
Situation like this, you're down 2. What's the instructions coming from the sideline?
I would think you want a quick goal. If you can set something up so you can get a quick goal, you get a stop, maybe force a turnover, and then get maybe 1 more possession.
Let's see if that's the road they travel. 38 seconds left. Full shot clock for Team USA. Both sides out of timeouts. They've used their lone timeout in the 4th quarter. Johnson goes to Steffens. And an exclusion. But now Team USA here has got to hurry. They're already wasted too much time. Nuschel, Musselman, she puts it away. And Maddie Musselman connects, so it makes it a 1-goal game. But now you have 25 seconds left, and Australia can just get rid of the rest of the time on this clock, making it an 8-7 game. We have the identical score from last night.
Great pass by Kylie. She could have taken that shot, but that pass definitely makes it a for sure goal.
And now Team USA will pursue the ball. 17 seconds left and counting. Shot clock is off. United States looking to press to steal here. 8 seconds left as they swim in near side. 5 seconds left, and this is going to do it. Australia, as they try and fire one wide, but that brings an end to the game. So Australia able to hang on as they defeat Team USA, rallying in the 2nd half and going up ahead by as many as 3 goals. Team USA tried to come back, didn't have enough left in the tank, and Australia, Bronwyn Knox, Rowie Webster, 2 goals apiece. Glencora McGee, Zoe Arancini, Ash Southern, Gemma Beadsworth had that beautiful backhand late in this one for Team USA. Fatal and Steph had the 2 goals apiece. Mackenzie Fisher, Cammie Craig, Musselman there we saw late as well get in on the action. And Ashley Johnson takes the loss in the goal. Lillian Hedges picks up the win. And we'll look back at a couple of things, Brenda. Power plays, they go 0 for in this one, except for that very last score there from Musselman, but 0 for 7 up until that point. That's a huge stat, and just couldn't match up with Australia. They had a different level in that 2nd half.
Yeah, I mean, we always go back. At the end of the game, that was something I always asked for. What were the stats on 5-on-6 and 6-on-5? Because it is really telling, especially at this level. If you can't get to your 50%, even 40%, then it's going to be a tough day in the office for you.
So Team USA, they've split the first 2, winning last night, losing tonight. They'll close out the 3-game series on Friday at Dos Pueblos High School. 2 p.m. start if you're in the Goleta area, Santa Barbara area. Join us, $10 at the door, or you can watch live right here on USA Water Polo TV. Brenda, your final thoughts here on this one for USA and Australia.
great start. Team USA is known to finish strong, so I think they need to get back to that. But credit to Australia for coming back, bouncing back from a loss yesterday. I think the next game's even going to be better. So it's always a great game to watch.
So that's your final. Australia 8 and Team USA 7. Don't forget to join us Friday afternoon, 2 p.m. start. We'll have it live on USA Water Polo TV. Also, a brand new episode of The Counterattack tomorrow at youtube.com/USAWP. That'll do it for us tonight here in Los Alamitos. For our entire webcast crew, for my partner, the Olympic gold medalist, Brenda Villa, Greg Meskel signing off. Thanks for joining us. Australia takes it 8-7.